Hey everyone, this is Jackie. I am back for another video. Today is Wednesday, April 25th, 2018, and today is International Guide Dog Day. So, in light of that, I am not here with the video that I had originally promised about Val and I's issues after getting home. After a couple months, I am here with a video that has two purposes. One is to just demonstrate how amazing guide dogs are, and is kind of sort of a thank you to my baby girl, Val. And the second one is to sort of give you all some do's and don'ts for interacting with people with guide dogs specifically, but these are also good for interacting with people with service dogs. So let's get started. Firstly, like I said, I want to demonstrate just how amazing guide dogs are and kind of put out a video sort of thanking my girl. When her waggy little tail walked into my life, because it was, I think, wagging when she came in. She's not a huge wagger, which is, fine, but it was just amazing because she gave me a whole nother level of independence that I didn't have before. A level where I felt comfortable, just going and doing anything. My dog, I just can't, it's hard to put into words, but the level of independence and confidence that she gave me can never be taken back. I mean, just having someone by your side, you're a team. You give the dog the directions and the dog guides you safely around obstacles and across streets. And while a cane does do that, it didn't do it for me. It was very stressful using a cane, and it just wasn't for me, and using a guide dog just feels flawless. So I just wanted to put that out there and just sort of say how amazing she is. But the other thing that I wanted to do in this video was give you guys some do's and some don'ts with guide dogs. If you do see a person with a guide dog and they look a little lost, say, hey, hello, do you need any help getting anywhere? And if so, what is the best way for me to help you? Would you want to go sighted guide, or would you want your dog to follow me, or do you want me to give you verbal directions? Another thing to do when you see a person with a guide dog, if you see other people around you, distracting the dog, looking at the dog, petting the dog, talking to the dog, just say, hey, that's a guide dog. It's working. You're not supposed to pet it. Because it's fine and well if it comes from us, and we look like the bad guys, but I think personally it helps when people see it come from others who aren't the person using the guide dog, because they can think, well, they're just being really strict and really mean about not wanting us to talk or pet to the dog. Which, again, it goes back to our first don't, which is do not talk or pet or make eye contact with the dog while it is in harness. Even if the dog is laying down on the floor, if it has the harness, it is still working. It still needs to have its attention on the handler at all times, because at any moment I could say, Val, get up, let's go. And I could give her a command. If we are waiting in a line and she's just standing there or just sitting there, at any moment, if that line moves, I could say, Val, hop up. And she needs to move on with the line when I give her that command. So if she's distracted in any way, she can't do that. The second thing is, don't call out to the dog if the guide dog handler and dog are walking down the sidewalk or across the street, especially across the street, because they need to get where they're going safely. And if you call out to the dog like, "Hey Val," it's rude because you know the handler, I would assume, if you know the dog's name. And two, it distracts the dog. So if, God forbid there were a car, then the dog wouldn't stop because it was distracted. Or maybe it's not even as major as that. Maybe there's just a pole in the middle of the sidewalk, but because the dog's distracted, it runs the person smack into the pole. In which case the person still needs to correct the dog, but again, it wasn't really the dog's fault, but it was. It's kind of a gray area. One thing to do is if you see that a person and dog are maybe having some issues crossing the street where they're, going into, they're just having issues, just say, "Hey, just want to let you know that you're not crossing straight," or, "Hey, do you need some help?" But don't say, "You're gonna run into a car! Oh my gosh!" Because that distracts the person completely. Maybe they're trying to work on a certain issue with their dog. In which case you yelling to them would distract not only them, but the dog as well. So, just be mindful of that. But another thing to do, definitely, at least with me personally, and I know I have friends that are guide dog users that don't mind, if you have a question, ask. It's really not a problem. Like, if you want to know something about guide dogs, just ask. But talk to the handler, don't talk to the dog. The dog will not answer you, I'm sorry. Well, Val probably would. She would sigh at you and just look at you like, "Huh? You're talking to me, but you're not petting me. What's wrong with you?" Because she's a lab. So that's a quick list of things that are do's and don'ts with guide dogs. So I hope that it was helpful for you all. But again, it is International Guide Dog Day, and so I want to close with a little plug for the guide dog school where I got Val from, which is the Seeing Eye in Morristown, New Jersey. They are fully run. I'm so sorry, y'all. I haven't slept in a very long time. I just had to wake up really early today. So, they are fully run on donations, and so every little bit helps. Their website is theseeingeye.org, and there's a donate button on there. There are other ways that you can help. You could, puppy raise if you live in the greater New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware type area. You could adopt a dog that was either retired and couldn't be kept by its handler or was dropped from the program for whatever reason. So there are those options as well. Or you could just plain donate. You could also choose the Seeing Eye as one of your organizations. As the organization on Amazon Smile that part of your purchases go to. It's not a big part, but again, every little bit helps. It really, really does. And it would mean so, so much to me because, like I said, this dog has changed my life, and as you all saw, I could not put my gratitude for her into words. Because as I said in my last video, if it were not for my Valley girl, I would not have moved off campus. That just would not have been a thing. I wouldn't have thought about it. I was dead set on living on campus this year. So, yeah. With that, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments. If you have any suggestions about future videos that you would like to see, please leave them down below in the comments. And I will be back tomorrow with our issues video. to our regularly scheduled programming. I am so sorry, you all, that I have been so terrible at this, but I am trying to finish up finals and presentations and all the things, just all the things. So with that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye!